We are in Fiordland National Park, and this boat is going to be our base camp for the next 24 hours with our local guide, Joshua. Now, Joshua isn't a paid guide. He's a friend we made a few days ago at the southernmost tip of New Zealand in a quirky little town called Wapiti.
Hey, you brought a lot of rain with you, say.
He and his wife Eni are fellow sailors, travelers, and explorers who knew we were on a road trip around the South Island and reached out. Now, Eni was out of town, but Joshua was keen to be our local connection and show us his world.
Welcome to the Wapiti Tavern, the centre of Wapiti's community on a Wednesday and Friday night.
Which is how we've ended up here.
Oh, yeah. Looking sexy.
Looking warm and dry, which is very sexy. This is New Zealand's oldest and largest national park. It covers 1.2 million hectares of mountains, lakes, fjords, and rainforests, which is why it's also the country's most popular tourist attraction. Every summer, hundreds of thousands of people come here to take boat tours and cruises, typically at Doubtful or Milford Sound. But not us.
Look at that. It is definitely a day for it.
Day for it. We're at Lake Te Anau in the middle of winter, and we're gearing up to venture deep into the North Fjord to an area only accessible by boat.
Okay, ready?
Yep.
Let's go on an adventure.
So now it's officially welcome to Fiordland National Park.
Where the wilderness is almost unlimited and the weather can be harrowing as it funnels out of the mountains and down the valley. But we have a 24-hour window before the next storm rolls in, and we're taking it. Because while it's not easy to get here, Joshua assures us it's a rewarding place to be.
A little chilly.
We don't use packs in New Zealand, we use plastic sacks.
I get top bunk.
Whenever you turn up to the Backcountry Huts, you've pre-purchased your tickets, whopping $6 or something like that. It obviously pays for the maintenance of all of these Backcountry Huts. So.
These are just our stubs to prove
Yeah, 41 years. I've been out in the backcountry for about 25, and I've never had anyone ever check these, but one day.
It'll be the one time you don't keep them.
It will be.
Okay, and then we sign ourselves in, huh?
And that's that, yep. Oh, she's sharp. Oh, it's even sharper now.
I was gonna say, I think a blunt rock might do the job just as well.
It's cutting up from the bottom. I'm just hammering it down, you see.
Okay, it may not be the sharpest axe, but in all fairness, the fact that there is one and wood provided is pretty fantastic.
Mosquitoes?
Nope,
Sandflies. That's enough. I can light a fire with that much. I'm losing too much blood.
I think I do feel a bit itchy.
We've had no one here for a couple of weeks, so
They're hungry.
they're hungry. All right,
Where are we?
we're at JASON Hut. We launched the boat down here and we've travelled about 40 kilometres up the northwest fjord to JASON, and now we're going to go on a little bit of a hike to a former site of a swing bridge up the river and valley. The swing bridge is no longer with us, but it's a good walk and there's probably a little task we can do on the way.
Sweet.
Charlie?
We shall.
Get out of the way, John. Let them in the way, Nikki. Just take that one out and hopefully get access to the trap and replace it.
These are traps for possums and the rats, basically, right?
This is a DOC 200 trap. It's a little too small for a possum, but it'll catch rats, stoats and ferrets and weasels, and brilliant predators, but they're just not meant to be in this country. This country evolved with no mammalian predators, so it's an island of birds, and unfortunately the birds do not do well with such wonderful, amazing predators around. And then it slides through. Something's actually been in there and eaten, so just put that there. So he comes in. There's this baffle here makes sure that hedgehogs and so on can't come through too well, and they turn and go over the plate. Otherwise, if you just have a straight entrance, they're amazingly agile and they'll actually get round and work it out. So it's as simple as that. We don't need to reset this one, just rebait it. So.
All right.
And you're giving them the good eggs.
Nothing but free range here, eh?
They can taste the difference.
Oh, I'm sure they appreciate it.
This is my happy place. Free to roam with no set path to follow, just nature as it was and as it should be. Joshua said we were going to go on a hike through the bush. I didn't take him so literally. When they say the bush, they really mean the bush.
See the trout. It's that classic fly fishes sort of post out. No, that's a trout sitting over there. Yeah.
That is picture perfect.
Great. I've got one explorer that's gone one side of the tree. One that's gone the other. Which one do you follow? It's like it's been carpeted. So soft. We're getting close. I think the Shire's just around the corner.
Jeez, what a nice little hike. So much green everywhere. It's like it's just alive. As far as we can see. It's beautiful. Looking for stuff.
Oh, there's something in there.
Successful bird protection action has been taken.
This is where you learn if you can really be a forest ranger. You have the stomach for this kind of stuff. Consider this your warning. What the heck is that?
Was that, I believe, is the term. Some kind of mammal mustelid that has obviously decomposed considerably.
Wow, bugs are doing their job. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay. This is...
Conservation in action.
Woo!
The glamorous jobs.
Yeah, okay.
That's cool. You can take care of him from there.
Yeah. Wow.
Take it there.
Yeah. The smell is more the turnoff, I think, than anything. It wasn't really identifiable so much anymore. So it wasn't so terrible. If it were fresher, it would have been worse.
Judging by the size of that was stoatish.
How many birds a day you reckon that guy would have eaten?
1 to 2 birds a day, like smaller birds, and of course most of our natives are really small. Unfortunately, some of the mustelids will predate for small eggs. Could be 6 or 7 eggs. So yeah, that's every day.
So, birds saved.
Oh, you gourmanga, you still want to film it? Oh, the pressure plate ain't rising up.
Oh no.
Adhered down with goodness.
Now this right here is as Kiwi as it gets. It's not something every local does, but it's very common for those who enjoy this land to help maintain and protect it. And Joshua is definitely a proud Kiwi like that.
Well, we didn't make it to the waterfall. We were too busy clearing stoats and putting in eggs and looking at trout and looking for Wapiti, which is there. I don't know, it's sort of like a deer elk sort of thingy. It's not native, but it's the biggest thing in the bush, we were told. So we are rushing back to the lodge. Well, the lodge, because it's gonna get dark soon. Maybe we'll get up early in the morning, try again. But for now, we have to make haste. Woo!
We are just a little bit lost.
We're almost there. We're so close.
And it's so dark.
I think I found the trail.
Yep, we're lost.
We're not lost.
Glass half full, come on.
We're just taking...
Scenic route
Yes.
at night.
Yeah.
We're only 5 minutes from the hut.
We're a tactile nation. We love to feel the bush. Visual acuity is just so
We
overrated.
have fresh water and we have raw eggs.
Raw eggs, ferns. Oh, we've got a forager with us.
There it is.
Found it?
Found it.
Blue arrow. Okay.
Back on track.
Is that our hut?
That's our hut. Looks different
We
in the
made
dark.
it.
Is there anything else in the boat that's needed? I'm just going to go and make sure it's...
No, I'll go down with you.
He's going to be there in the morning.
He's getting blown on shore.
On it.
On it.
On it.
Boat's gonna be there. The fire's gonna be here. All is well.
All is well. All is well. This is pretty luxurious glamping, I gotta say. I mean, there's a fireplace and there's mattresses. That is camping in New Zealand, and I like it.
Maybe I'll give you a tour tomorrow when we're got
When you
some
can
light.
see, I
Yeah.
know. I was like, oh, we can give him a tour. Not. This is a dock hut here in New Zealand, or I guess an example of one. Got lots of bunks. In this one, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So you could sleep at least 12 people in here. You've got a mirror.
All the luxuries.
All the luxuries. No, but seriously, the tables and benches, and there were candles and leftover bug spray and all the basics of what you would need, but most importantly,
Fire.
the fire. Yes. So that helped tremendously. I can't say that we were like nice and warm and toasty in here, but we were protected and we could huddle around, and that was luxury for sure. There's a water outside, a toilet. Makes for pretty fancy glamping. All things considered, you can be in the backcountry, and tramping through here is pretty spectacular. And of course the river, the sand flies are atrocious. So
Sort of
bring,
like mosquitoes.
yeah, they're vicious and they are hungry. So come prepared. And I hear in the summer they're way worse. Apparently, human activity within most of the Fiordland has always been limited because of the challenging and wild landscapes. The sheer steepness of the terrain and the incredible isolation keep many from venturing out here. Well, that and the weather. This is the wettest climate in New Zealand. More than 2 days without rain is considered a drought. But it's all that water that makes it so breathtakingly beautiful. The whole area is shaped by water, from the lush rainforest to the rivers, streams, and waterfalls, and so much of it only accessible by boat. Can you get it?
Yep. There's one rock. It's perfect step on.
Joshua, tell me what a wapiti is again.
So a wapiti deer is a cross between an elk from the USA and a red deer from Scotland and the UK. Obviously, we introduced red deer to this country and then subsequently introduced the elk, but the elk don't have the same breeding drive as the red deer. So red deer stags have got into the elk population and made this hybrid, which we call a wapiti. So there is no pure elk left in New Zealand. They're all wapiti now. Lazy, lazy male elk.
It's mostly birds in New Zealand, so it's kind of weird to be wandering around through the bush knowing that there's really not anything that can hurt you out here. We're just kind of looking for birds and looking for the wapiti.
The Australian bull ant is the official record holder for the most dangerous ant in the world.
There's a hoof print.
Big country. Boy, you'd get a kick of a fright if you were camping in that bush when this all come down, wouldn't you?
Well, we didn't see any wapiti, but we saw some carnage from Mother Nature. Saw plenty of hoof prints. Here's another freshie. Heading back to the boat. We got some weather coming, and we got to get off the lake around lunch. So that's why we're also not hiking to that waterfall that we tried to yesterday. But such is life with Mother Nature. You enjoy what you get, and it just leaves us something for the next time.
Next stop?
Sprinkles.
Sprinkles. Yeah. No, next stop is the Narrows, actually, isn't it? Where one lake joins the other lake.
Buggy.
Yeah.
Yeah, cute little ducks that have a real hard life in an alpine lake.
They must be special.
Survivors, that's what they are.
I've been in New Zealand for almost a year and I have not done even one Lord of the Rings quote, but I think that we need to now because it's just too fitting. The world is indeed full of peril, and in it there are many dark places, but still there is much that is fair, and though in all the lands love is now mingled with grief, it grows perhaps the greater. That one would be fun to get in.
It would be if it wasn't so cold.
What kind of Kiwi are you?
I can go back there anytime. Come on. Just say the word.
That was chilly.
We get a little taste of what it could have been like the whole way.
You were taking the brunt of that one.
Whoa. Yeah, like I was, at least like I say, it was only for the last part of the journey. It could have been the whole way. That was always in the back of my mind when I go up that field.
I would not want to be stuck up there in a bad storm. Woo! Brutal. Thank you, Joshua, for a spectacular 24 hours. And thank you for being a part of our journey and making it all the way to the end of this video. If you want to watch more of our New Zealand adventures, they're all right here in one convenient playlist. See you next Sunday.